Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? This is your boy Super Mario. Today, what we're going to be doing is just basically a test run for as trying out Reason 12. Excuse me, let me say that again. Reason Studio Plus version 12. What we'll be doing is just basically trying out this Reason Rack plugin in Ableton Live. Just a little backstory on Reason and my history with it is it dates all the way back to like 2004 when Reason I think was like 2.0 if I'm not mistaken. That's when I first got introduced to Reason, and I stayed on there a pretty long time, all the way up to Reason 8 if I'm not mistaken. That's when they start introducing propeller head record at the time, and they just started doing weird things with their software, and I really wasn't feeling it, and I was getting bored with the sounds. I basically went through all of the sounds as far as their instruments is concerned, went through all of the refills that I could find, and you know what I'm saying, that was just it. You know what I'm saying, it wasn't nothing else to grow from with propeller head Reason at the time. Now that they had a CEO lead the company, rebranding and stuff like that, I think they got bought out, if I stand corrected, but I know their CEO and part of the co-founding guy that was with propeller head Reason left the company, and since then I've started seeing incline on Reason for as you know what it offers to the music community, such as VST support, opening up their I guess their program code or developing code, and allowing other developers to create and collaborate within their DAW. I think it's just really cool, man. You have companies out there such as DNA Sound Labs. Shout out to them, man. They got some sounds in Reason. Yes. But you know what I'm saying, it's just you know, I was kind of like, I tried it out when they first did the rebranding. I think it was like Reason 10 when they first introduced the Reason Rack plugin to be used as a VST instrument. I tried it out and I don't think it was there. And that was about 3-4 years ago when they first did it. Tried it out, it wasn't there like I wanted it to. So now, 3-4 years later, here we go. I'm gonna try it out again. And so far I like it. The only cons I have with Reason Studio Plus is that the actual DAW for Reason Studio Plus, it doesn't support VST3 at this moment. But the reason why I'm getting back onto Reason is because they do have in their roadmap, their developer roadmap, at the end of this year, they should be introducing VST3, and that's going to be really big game changer, because a lot of the plugin manufacturers out right now, they're only making plugins VST3 only. So the VST2 2.4 format is starting to phase out with a lot of these plugin developers. It's an older plugin code, or a Steinberg VST code, for as utilizing a file extension. Okay, and VST3 is a little bit more stable when it comes to music production and whatnot. So if you're using a lot of VST2 plugins, you might want to start upgrading all of your plugins to VST3 format. It's a whole lot smoother. I never have any problems with VST3 plugins. VST2, yes, a lot of crashes, weird things going on or whatnot. But with that being said, though, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving Reason Studio Plus a test run, and so far I like it. The beat that you're hearing in the background is something I made earlier today, and I want to walk with you. I'm going to be walking with you guys throughout this process or whatnot, and you know what I'm saying, highlighting things that I used to use back in the past with Reason when it comes to instruments, processes, how to route things and whatnot, man. And I give all of my music production credit, all 20 years of it, to Reason, or should I say the throwback company Propeller Head, man, because that software really taught me music production for signal routing, gain staging and such. So, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna blend the two together for as Ableton Live and Reason, and we use it like that. I do want to work exclusively in Reason, but it's not there yet for us the VST3 support, because there's a lot of things I use VST3 wise that's not, I can't use in Reason DAW itself. So we'll be doing like a hybrid situation in the days coming and in the future, when not until they introduce that VST3. But we're gonna get ourselves familiar, get back caught up with Reason Studio Plus. And today what we're gonna walk through is this drum sequencer machine, and it's called Morphine. And this is a pretty cool I'm not gonna say VST, excuse me. It's a cool rack extension, excuse me. So that's the Reason's own proprietary file extension. They call it rack extension. So Morphine is made by DNA Sound Labs, and I think they really did good. So if you're into hip hop and you like drums, this instrument is gonna be good. And so we're gonna do a test drive with Reason rack plugin and with Morphine drum module, whatnot. And we're gonna do some more stuff as well and play around with it. So I'm gonna give you an example of this beat that I made right here. This is the first beat I made with the Reason rack plugin in Ableton Live. I kind of mixed the Reason rack plugins and some instruments together and came up with something, and also utilized some of the plugins from Reason as well. So you don't have just let me say that again. You're not just, you know, saying bundled down to the instruments itself. You can also take advantage of using the players, the instrument players, and also the effects as well, man. So it's basically taking everything Reason does, utilizing it in any other DAW that you have via the Reason rack plugin. The only thing you don't have is the Reason sequencer. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and check out what we did right here. Let me go ahead and check this, because I did this earlier today at work. And you know what I'm saying, we'll get into that Morphine plugin and see what that's working with. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and switch over to Ableton Live and let's see what we got. Cool. So that was yeah, I like that, man. So we're gonna go ahead and save that right there. We're gonna start something new. I'm trying to hurry up and do this live stream before my loud ass 5-year-old wake up and disrupt this dog that we have as well, because it's gonna echo. So basically, Reason rack plugin is a VST3. If you're new to it, I know a lot of people know about Reason. So if you're at this video and like you're trying to look for something new, this is probably some old stuff that I'm going through. But for the people that don't really know about Reason Studio Plus, this will be a good situation right here. I tried to look for a lot of videos on when I first installed this about a week ago. I couldn't find really too much resources besides the Reason Gang YouTube channel. Shout out to them, Reason Gang YouTube channel in collaboration with DNA Sound Labs. That was the only people that really talked about it besides Reason themselves. So I'm very, very surprised, but it's a lot of recognizable sounds out of Reason that I'm really digging. So we're gonna go back home, man. We're going back home, bro. Yeah, we're going back home. All right, so VST3 format, Reason rack plugin. It gives you two different type of rack plugins. One is kind of made specifically for instruments and effects, and the other one is just basically just a rack just for plugins only. Excuse me, I got to get away from the word plugins. Rack effects only, you know what I'm saying? So you don't get the instruments in there, you only get the effects. All right, so in that case, you see that right here. Hopefully you can see it. So we're gonna basically pull up the Morphine instrument. So we're gonna use the Reason Rack plugin. We're gonna drag that onto a MIDI track here in Ableton Live. Okay, so in Ableton Live, you have to use a MIDI track, not an audio track. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these audio tracks here. All right, and you'll see the Reason Rack plugin right here. It kind of looks like it's the same, basically the same browser as it is in the actual standalone Reason software. We have all our instruments right here, all familiar faces. We have some Reasons and Studio instruments as well. And we have some instruments I bought from DNA Sound Labs. Shout out to them, man. They got some good shit. Lord have mercy. And they got a big ass sale, like a 60% off sale. So, man, I took advantage of it just to get caught up on everything. And also, Reason does have a lot of free rack extensions as well. One thing I didn't do is sync my my samples folders up with my hard drive, but it's all good. We're just gonna focus on. We got a lot of sounds in here anyway. The crazy thing about it is I have my own Reason refills I've been collecting and carrying and packing around since goddamn shit, about 15 years ago, man. So a lot of these refills that you see right here in this area right here, man, some of these date back to, let's look at the date. Let's look at the date. Some of these date back to, god darn, I don't want to lie to you guys, back to 2001. I wasn't using it back then, but you know what I'm saying, you can start seeing some of the Reason refills that I got is was transferable on the hard drive right there, 2004. That's when I started working with it, man, right there. And that's all the Akai CD right there. Yeah. So I've been holding on to these Reason refills like, yeah, like my nutsack, bro. And stuff like that. So I still have all of my sounds I used to make back then or whatnot, man. It's just a blessing, man, to have that those type of sounds, man. I can really, you know what I'm saying, move like I want to or whatnot. But we are talking about Morphine. All right. So what we're gonna do is pull up one of their featured Morphine expansion packs, and can't find it. It is, hold on one second, y'all. Right here, Morphine 8 Trap Lords refill. All right, and we're just gonna load up one of their drum patches here. I don't know which one we can pick, but let's go with this Memphis 2020. All right, cool. So this is Morphine 8. I'm so sorry I left out the 8, but it's Morphine 8. All right, it's digital drum module. This is a pretty simple device, but very, let me curse, very motherfucking effective. I can do some things that probably would take me a great amount of time in Ableton Live with this one little situation right here. I'm going to talk about it or whatnot. Very little videos about this particular plugin, and the videos I did see, you know what I'm saying, it didn't answer questions that I wanted to or didn't explain it. So I'm gonna try to do a video explaining this or whatnot, and I'm gonna try to change the title to this as well. But you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Yeah. Fuck what I said. Anyway, so basically, just to give it a rundown and stuff like that, you have your Reason Rack extension patch browser up here. Down here is more of your individual sample browser window right here. Okay, and if you can see these little tick marks right here, you have to click on each one of these to get the individual categorized instrument. Now these are fixed text, so you can't change the name sub, you can't change the name kick, snare, clap, close hi-hat, open hi-hat, cymbal, and effects. Those are fixed names. So you have to kind of work with your mindset of, okay, I have a particular sample on this, that, and the third. Okay. Moving on down, right here is a button where let's say, for instance, if we, let's say if I choose the drum, that's the sub actually. All right, that's the sub. If I want to solo the sub, I can solo the sub. And when I play any other instruments on the pad, as you can probably hear with my fingers, you don't hear anything. So that's a solo button, and you can hear the other sounds as well. All right, now you can edit this particular sample, but as with Reason, they want you to use a external sample editing program in order to do so. or you could clear the sample out and load your own specific sample in there, whether it be an 808, you know what I'm saying, a voice effect, whatever wave file you can load up in there, go ahead and load up in there. By the way, this particular module do not take MP3s, okay? Just to give you an idea. All right, moving on down, you have a sequencer right here for each instrument slot, should I say. Now, this is a basic sequencer, but then they have another sequencer. It's called Glitch. Let me see if I can, hold on a second, y'all. Uh-oh, something's stuck here. Let me see something. Oh, I'm sorry. For the sub, it's grayed out here. It has to be what's on white. Okay, so let me go to the close hi-hats, for example. All right, so there's the regular sequencer, and then you have the glitch sequencer. The glitch sequencer is going to do these effects that are right here tab. So whatever you basically on the glitch sequencer press, it's gonna do like a note repeat. It's also gonna do like this little pitch modulation, and also add a type of echo to each hit on the sequencer. And I'll give you guys a live example of that here pretty soon. All right. The next thing is for each individual drum slot, you have this level, which is basically your gain for the particular sample. You can shorten up the length or the decay of the sample. You can pan it left or right. You can tune it, pitch it up or down. And then right here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, for each drum slot, you get a 3-band EQ, low, mid, high, no specific frequencies listed. It's just low, mid, and high. So whatever that fixed frequency is. And also, you see these little arrows right here, right next to the high word, that will lead it to like a distortion unit right here. So you engage it by clicking on that. Okay. And then now you can add distortion to that specific kick in that slot. And there's a little slider right there. So you ain't got to do nothing but just slide a little distortion in there, and you will be able to hear it. And we'll play with those controls here pretty soon. This little situation right here is for the sequencer. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a 8th note or triplet type of icon. But all it is saying, if you're working at a tempo at, let's say, at 140, when you click on that, it's gonna slow the tempo. It's gonna change it's gonna change the tempo and time shift it a little bit. So it's gonna move it to a triplet type of sequence. So you're gonna get a downbeat on the third, right after the third beat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Versus when you declick it, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, or whatnot. This one is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Music theory, you just gotta know it or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? If you're going for those triplet type of drums, that's probably what you'll use it for. But I played around with it. All the expansions with Morphine 8, they really don't use it. So, but it's there for your liking if that's tickle your fancy right there. All right, we're gonna move on to the glitch morphing controls right here at the top. This is repeater. So let's say, for instance, we're gonna dial up a hi-hat. So let's find that hi-hat here. All right, that's the hi-hat right there. You see the motion going on right there. So let's go ahead and just do something like that. And you have some steps over here. So it's kind of like the OG. I miss red drum, man. It's like red drum, you know what I'm saying? You have the sequencer at the bottom. So you have 16 steps. And the first button right here is 1 through 32. So you get 32 steps straight across. Then the next second step is 32 to 64. A second set of 32 steps. In this case, we have it stuck on 16. And we're just going to leave it like that for demonstration purposes. So let's put that back on 1 through 32. It's on 16 steps. It's only going to go halfway on the sequencer. So watch the little pink line. See how it repeats halfway. All right, cool deal. Now, let's bring our tempo up to 140. Okay, so it moves with your tempo. Okay, now really that's a little bit too much, so let's give it a little something that we all know. All right, so we all know that pattern right there. Now we're gonna go to the glitch sequencer. Now check this out. I'm gonna turn on the repeater, and I'm gonna give it a rate of let me give it a 1/32. Okay. Now check this out. I'm gonna hit play. All right. I'm gonna drop a click right here. Now this is only for the glitch sequencer. I'm gonna drop a click right here. Check this out. It does kind of like a double tap on here. All right. Now, once you got that double tap on there, let's say you want to put one right here. All right, cool. So now we have a double tap on these particular steps right here. Okay. Now, it's tempo sync. You can take that off of tempo sync when you change the rate. So if you don't want it to be tempo sync and you want to kind of like do your own thing and dial it in via milliseconds or whatnot, feel free to do so. In this case, we're just gonna keep it on tempo sync. All right, so when we go to pitch, we're gonna turn that on, and you can choose different type of LFO shapes or whatnot when it comes to pitch. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna keep it on a sine wave, and we're just gonna bring this straight up at 12 o'clock, and then we're gonna change our range to 4. All right, now let's see what happens when we do this. So it's pitching down, okay? And that I know it's going. All right, now if we go fast, see how fast it goes. So it's pitching it down. You got like 4, 3, 2 measures, 7 bits, 5 bits, pitch amount by timing, and that right there. So let's put it on 1/4. So it's going to pitch down. Let's say we got it on 2 measures. Every 2 measures is going to pitch down just like that. So it gives you different options in this little pitch wheel right here. The 6 7 5 4 3 2 1 is basically beats. So it'll pitch it down every 4 beats. Okay, and then timing, of course, and stuff like that, and so forth and so on. Okay, so we're gonna just keep it on. Let's keep it on 4 beats. All right, cool, just like that. All right, so we have the timing, which is the echo. All right, and the echo is pretty cool. Now check this out. It's like adding a slight delay to it. All right, so we're gonna turn that on. We're gonna keep it on dry, and this is a dry wet mix knob. Right here, this button is a ping pong, so you get the delay going left, right, left, right, left, right. You know what I'm saying? And you can get a range. You can adjust the decay, how much of it, far as the feedback is concerned, how much of it you want to echo after it hits the delay. You feel me? And then you have timing, so you have 1/4 with a triplet. 1/8 with a triplet, and then if you times 2 that, your 1/4 now is going to turn into a 1/8, and your 1/8 is going to turn into a 1/16, and so forth and so on. Or yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to keep it on 1/8 just to see what it does. We got it all the way dry, and then we're going to start inching in that delay, or echo they call it. Now you can hear it really good with the ping pong engaged, but we're gonna take the ping pong off. Now we brought back some of that feedback decay. Now let's turn the ping pong on so we can hear it. I like that. All right, cool. The only other function that we didn't go over, that is the limiter. It has a limiter on here that goes to the output gain knob, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it sounds nasty. And hey, if you're looking for a certain type of effect over your whole drum module, go ahead and use a limiter. But like a VST plugin or a limiter from Reason will probably do the trick. So I wouldn't even mess with that. And I'm not even gonna discuss that. Let's go ahead and add some distortion to that hi-hat right quick. So we engage this button and we're gonna slide this knob. I'm just gonna slide the goddamn fader. Shit. All right, now you hear how I added some of that low end and some mids that we don't like. Well, what we'll do is just turn on the EQ. All right, cool. And now we can shorten up the length of that hi-hat if you want to. And we can turn it down. All right, cool. So just like that. So that's the closed hi-hats, and you can use the sequencer. Now I'm gonna use my fingers to play the open hi-hat. So there's a duplicate open hi-hat right here, and they have the repeater on. You hear like when I hit the pad, the repeater is on, but if you want to play your own open hi-hat, just turn the repeater off. But it's the actual hi-hat. All right, cool deal. All right, so that's what I want right there, which is under cymbals. Okay, so that's what I mean. This is the only downfall with Morphine 8 is you cannot rename your drum slots or your individual drum edit slots or whatnot. It's kind of fixed. It's very minor. You know, you being picky if you can't, if you're complaining about that. But we're gonna play that with our finger and try to see if we can record that in. You know what? Let's go back to the hi-hat right here. We're gonna go to the regular sequencer, and let's go and add 16 more steps. So we're gonna make those steps 32, just to give it some movement on the hi-hats. And what we're gonna do is take those glitches off, because that was just for your purposes. All right, cool. Now we're gonna go to the glitch. All right, I think I like it right there. All right, so let's go ahead and start adding some. All right, so we can go ahead and now record that and. All right, cool. So just to give you a note, I recorded the MIDI clip, but that's only going to record the kick and the clap. The hi-hat sequence that we plugged in is going to be strictly played repeatedly through the Morphine 8. Okay, just to give you an idea. But if you want to, let's say, for instance, drag the audio out of Morphine, you could do so with the individual outputs. So let's say, for instance, you got an IO kind of like a patch bay right here, and you could take, I think this is the 4th slot for the hi-hats, and you could plug it into 3 and 4, and then you can reroute it out of Ableton Live just like that. So bam, we just broke the sound from module Morphine 8 into the actual patch bay for this rack plugin, and we can bring that audio out of the Reason Rack plugin into Ableton Live audio track. Okay, but in this case, we're just going to use the stereo out right here. Okay, so it's almost like, you know, saying with Reason, it's almost like, you know, hardware patching and stuff like that. Okay, but I just want to let you guys know that the hi-hat is not going to be recorded in your Ableton Live MIDI clip because it's sequenced in the Morphine 8 drum module. All right, so we're gonna go to that cymbal. We're gonna shorten that length up. Hold on a second, y'all. I had to tell that damn dog to shut up. All right, let's go ahead and put this hi-hat in there, man, so I can just finish this bad boy up right here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add this open hi-hat, that right there. All right, cool deal. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and quantize all of this together. Boom, there we go. Now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and put an echo on that open hi-hat real quick. All right, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna turn up the volume just a little bit. Push it just a little bit. All right, cool deal. So what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead, because my knucklehead just woke up and the dog barking and everything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and create. And if I need to speak about anything, all I'm gonna do is just unmute and talk and stuff like that. So we're just gonna do just a test drive just to see testability stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong, what's not working, and if I need to chime in, I'll do. But in that case, it's just gonna be a silent instrumentation add to what we did in the Morphine 8 drum module. All right, so y'all just watch and stuff like that, and I'll chime in if need be. Let's go. All right, so what I'm about to add in here is a Glacius X. It is a kind of like it's a synthesizer from DNA Sound Labs. So I'm gonna play around with this, change that skin color a little bit, see what we can come up with. Sorry. So what I'm gonna do right here, you hear that 808? That is coming from the module. I'm tripping. That is coming from the Morphine 8. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is break that sub, and we're gonna take the sub, which is 1, and I'm gonna put it on 3 and 4. All right. Now check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and sample that sub. So I'm gonna set up a audio track. Now this is an attempt. All right. Don't take my word for it, but we're gonna take the audio from Resampling plugin on the first track in Ableton Live. Bam. All right. We're gonna monitor that in, and then I'm gonna go back to that Morphine 8 drum module, and when I trigger that sub, it should play here. And there it is, folks. There it is. But I don't want to monitor it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to record that 808. So all I'm gonna do is hit record here, or actually hit record here and hit the 808. All right, cool. I just sampled the 808 with 1 MIDI hit. Okay. Now all I'm gonna do is go back to the audio track and hit record right here. All right. You heard a delay. All right, cool deal. And actually, you know what? I didn't solo that, so let me do that again real quick, y'all. Let me do that again. Let me solo that sub. Bam, there we go. All right, so we're gonna play that again, record that again, should I say. All right, cool deal. That's all we needed to do. So I'm gonna unsolo that sub. What I'm gonna do now is just unhook it again. All right, I'm gonna X out of that, and I'm gonna get, hold on, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this 1 MIDI clip, or 1 MIDI note clip, delete that out of there. Now I got this sub right here. What I'm gonna do now is just basically shorten that up to that warp marker right here. All right, and what I'm gonna do is basically crop my sample. Let me catch all that end of it right there. All right, and now when we play this, solo that. All right, we got a sample out of the Morphine 8. All right, now all I got to do is insert a simpler device out of Ableton, and I can play that sub however I want to. All right, just drag the audio from the audio track. There it is. Put it in one-shot mode. I put it in warp mode, complex. That's what I do with my one-shots. And delete that one audio track, and we good to go. Now we got our own 808 instrument, so to speak. So now it doesn't hit as hard as it does coming out of the Reason plugin or whatnot, but what we're gonna do is just turn up the channel and everything like that. So I'm gonna put this mic back on mute so this damn dog don't get in my live feed. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to side chain that kick. That way the kick and the 808 don't, you know what I'm saying, step over each other. All right. And so we're just gonna put a stock compressor over that, and then we're gonna side chain. All right. All right, cool. So that's over the hill right there. Let's go ahead and record that real quick. Goddamn, this goddamn dog here. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do now is just add a simple transient shape into that particular 808. It's not hitting on the attack like I want it, so we just add that right there. Let's actually add that right before the compressor. All right, and let's fix that real quick. we did right there was shorten up the 808, cutting that, kind of like cutting it in half, and then we put a fade, you know what I'm saying, on that 808, just to kind of give it a little shortness, almost as if we took the 808 and shortened up the decay on the 808. All right, so that's just a little sample trick right there, shorten up your samples, and then if you have the function to, you know what I'm saying, put a slow release or a fade out on that particular sample, you can. All right. All right, let me alter something on this synthesizer here. gonna pull up another instrument. I'm gonna go to heat up 3 and bring in some another type of sound. All right, sorry about that. So what I'm gonna do with this heat up 3 instrument is bring in another reason rack, and like I explained to you guys earlier, we're gonna use this on the other flip side and use it as a effect rack. All right, so you can see you don't see the instruments right here anymore. You have to choose effects. Okay. Now I do have some third-party rack extensions in here, such as the Kilohertz. I love their plugins, by the way, man. Very, 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 very efficient. But what we're gonna do is take these horns. They're already a little dirty and stuff like that. But what we're gonna do is add this. I think we're gonna go with this situation right here, this retro transformer, and see what we can do to color these horns a little bit more. I have to EQ that a little bit. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna take all my Reason racks, and what I do with the Reason racks is I like to freeze them. That's what Reason Sequencer, I think, don't have the freezing function. So hopefully when they update and they introduce this VST3, they can do some type of freezing format. If it is in there, somebody drop a comment and let me know, do Reason have a freeze function? If it does, let me know in the comments or whatnot. But what I'm gonna do is just basically besides Morphine, and you know what, fuck it, we're gonna freeze all Reason tracks, that way we don't lose anything. And also Heat Up 3, I've just been making a habit of freezing all of my tracks, that way I can save on CPU power, and when it's time to track out, flatten everything, I already got my audio ready to go. All right. Looking for something a little longer. That's something a little different right there. Just trying to fill in that last sound, and we should be good. I think I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna incorporate another Reason track. It's got some more synthesizers that I have that I want to kind of try out. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and we'll be up out of here, man. So far so good with the Reason Studios. Far as load times, far as the sounds, refills, you know, on these newer up-to-date computers. Back when I was using the computers wasn't as fast as they was now. So the load times on it are pretty solid, man. And I'm kind of happy with the performance and everything like that. So yeah, it's definitely what's up, man. Definitely what I've been looking for when it comes to you know, trying to get some more sound palettes or whatnot. I'm real big on sound and everything. So I'm gonna put this thing back on mute so all this background noise don't bother y'all. Let me fix something with these choirs and let me be finished with it. All right, cool, man. So we basically just did a kind of like a test run on that particular track right there, man. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just wanted to do a test run. This is my second official test run. The first one just kind of playing around with certain things and whatnot. Stability on it is really, really good. Really can't. Yeah, sorry about the dog in the background. Puppy want to get out. Probably got to use the bathroom. But, you know what I'm saying, the stability-wise, it's pretty good. I think I'm going to be making my transition over to Reason Studios. That's the new branded name, Reason Studios Plus. Probably going to be making the migration over there. Ableton Live has really been slacking in the last 3 to 4 years. They really haven't added too many features. And there's a lot of things that Ableton Live needs to start updating, especially this GUI. You know what I'm saying? We've been looking at the same type of look for over, I think 10 years right now. So, you know, it's starting to get a little cumbersome in Ableton Live. So, you know, everything that you do is basically BST based. And that was one of the reasons why I switched over to Ableton Live, to take advantage of the VSTs. But some of their stock sounds is boring, to be honest with you. But the workflow is superb. So that's why I kind of don't want to leave Ableton Live, because the workflow is awesome. But that being said, though, you know what I'm saying, I'm just preparing myself That way, when Reason does drop that VST3 support, I'll be ready to go and stuff like that, man. And hopefully they'll have a freeze track function in there. If they do not, again, leave a comment in the section and I'll definitely take care of it. Let me get the hell up out of here and let this damn animal out the goddamn cage. And until next time, man, this has been your boy Super Mario, man. I'm up out of here. Yeah, it's me. Let's go. Talk to you guys later. Just want to pull up this little thing just to mute my mic. I'll play that beat a little bit more and catch y'all on the next time, man. Yes, sir. cool. So I basically just kind of put a little quick master on there real quick, just to have it to track out a little bit later on or whatnot. So hopefully you saw it right there, man. That's little quick something, whatnot. I got different ways I master it, whatnot. As long as it sounds good, that's basically it right there. So let me get the fuck up out of here, because there's an animal house right here, man. Don't have kids and don't have a goddamn animal. Until next time, man, I'll catch y'all motherfuckers later.